The name's Berry, Scott Berry, codename Berryman81, and I have a license to make dodgy videos on YouTube, really, and that's what I'm here to do today. Now, in light of the upcoming 25th Bond film, No Time to Die, which should have been out by the time this video came out, but unfortunately it's been delayed due to outside events, but I'm still going to go ahead with this video. Now, I'm not going to do a worst to best on James Bond films. There are tons of those out there, and I'm not just going to add it. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to rank all the James Bond theme songs from worst to best. Right, so before we get started, just the usual self-promotion stuff. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, and also please share with your friends as well, and also hit me up on these social networking sites as well. But rules of this list, this is a lot more complicated list than I've ever done before, because a lot of these songs are actually really good songs. So obviously the song itself is a major factor, whether it sounds like the artist that's performing. Also we have to take into account whether the song has uses outside of the James Bond theme itself, and also another thing that I've added on is whether the title of the song matches the title of the actual film as well. So let me know what you think. If you disagree with me, leave comments below. But also, let me know, how do you think I scrub up? Well, look, I've actually made an effort on what I look like in this video. Anyway, enough of all this. Let's get cracking with the first entry at the bottom of the list. Number 25, Die Another Day by Madonna. James Bond songs, in essence, are power ballads, or ballads at least. They have these very strong emotional lyrics, but essentially they're all ballads, ranging from all different genres, from pop to rock to soulful to hell, even disco versions. However, one thing a James Bond theme song should not be is a dance track, and that's what Madonna gave us with Die Another Day. It's essentially just a dance track. I mean, I know she was at that time going through the dance stage, so it matches up with her style of music at that stage, but it doesn't match up with a James Bond theme song. The actual song itself, it also sounds like she's sounding it like you're on the phone to somebody and losing connection, because she is singing like this all the way through the... No, it's a really bad song that has that. Not one of Madonna's finest, and it has got to be the worst James Bond song, in my opinion at least. Number 24, Moonraker by Shirley Bassey. Shirley Bassey, in near enough all of her songs, she has this amazing passion in her voice. Listen to any of her songs, you can hear in her voice how much she enjoys singing. However, in Moonraker, it's sort of missing. Does actually sound like she is quite bored. She's singing it rather, I don't really want to be doing this, which is a shame, because she's the only person not only to do more than one James Bond thing, she's done 3. However, her third and final song was appalling. Sorry, because I feel really bad, because I think Shirley Bassey's amazing, but Moonraker was not a good song. Number 23, All Time High from Octopussy by Rita Coolidge. Now, this song does have something good for it, and that's the way Rita Coolidge actually delivers her lyrics. That being said, everything else about this song isn't actually that good, apart from the fact All Time High, Octopussy doesn't really go together. Now, I can understand what about not doing a song called Octopussy, although that could cause some, Anyway, but also the saxophones in this song, I don't know what they were going with, because to me, it just sounds like it's a dodgy porn film. Now, I know, it just doesn't work with this film. And yeah, sorry, everything about this song is just bad, except for Rita Coolidge is the only good thing about it. Number 22, The Living Daylights by a-ha. a-ha had been riding high for about 2 years thanks to their fantastic song Take On Me. So when you want a band who's still up there, a-ha was the logical choice, and what we got was The Living Daylights. Now, I don't know what it is about the song, there's something off about the song. When you listen to the song, there's no coherence, it's literally up and down at the same time, and it doesn't exactly work. Now, bizarrely enough, I also did hear a version of this song, a cover version of this song by the London Symphonic, said that wrong, but the London Symphonic Orchestra, I'm not even going to try and edit that out. And I loved their version of it. It was spot on. But the original version, although it's a good film, the song wasn't actually that good. Number 21. The World Is Not Enough by Garbage. So in the late 90s, Garbage was a band that was riding high. They were absolutely fantastic. And all of their songs were just that little bit quirky, and they were fantastic. If you never heard of Garbage, go and listen, especially to their first 2 albums. They are fantastic. Now, when it comes to The World Is Not Enough, it does not sound like a Garbage song, especially as it wasn't written with a band in mind. When you do a James Bond theme and you want a band to do it, you should let the band actually do that song. This is the biggest reason why not, because it doesn't have the Garbage signature, it doesn't have anything like that. But yeah, Garbage would have done a lot better James Bond theme than this one was. But as I said, it wasn't written for anyone in mind, it was written before they knew who the artist was. Number 20, Tomorrow Never Dies by Sheryl Crow. So another person from the 90s who had a fantastic career, and she was riding high as well. So when they came to do Tomorrow Never Dies, she was their choice to actually do this. She beat a few other people out, but they chose Tomorrow Never Dies. The problem is, this once again doesn't sound like her stereotypical song, but also she seems to be singing a lot higher than she normally does as well. And the song suffers, especially as you get to the end of the song. You can actually hear it in her voice. She's straining to sing it. I don't want to slate Sheryl Crow. I love some of her songs, but she does sound like she is strangling a cat, especially the last few times she sings Tomorrow Never Dies. That being said, the intro to this song is fantastic, so that's why I've just put that a little bit higher than World Is Not Enough. Number 19, From Russia With Love by the John Barry Orchestra. From Russia With Love actually had 3 songs in the actual opening credits. They've started off with the James Bond Returns tune, and then they went into the From Russia With Love tune. And that's the thing, it's just a tune. There's no lyrics, there's nobody singing. And then it ends with the actual traditional James Bond theme. The reason why it's so low is because at the end of the film, they actually do the Russia With Love with the lyrics. And it's actually quite a nice, beautiful song. I probably still would have ranked it around about the same place because there's no passion. But they were still finding their feet. This was only the 2nd film in the franchise at that time. So that it wasn't the stereotypical, you didn't have to have a theme song like you do have to have nowadays. But yeah, it's an okay tune, but it's a beautiful tune, that's all I can say. James Bond theme from Dr. No by the John Barry Orchestra or Monty Norman. Right, I'm not getting into the whole legal side of things, who actually did the James Bond theme, so I'm actually saying both of them. John Barry, Monty Norman, that's it. That being said, when you make a tune for a film and that tune is still awesome 60 years later, or near enough 60 years later, you know you've done something right. However, as a Bond theme, the reason why I've actually ranked it so low is because they merged it with the Kingston Calypso, I think it was called. So basically it was a cover of the Three Blind Mice. Nope, that just ruined it. It didn't fit with the film whatsoever. So yeah, as much the James Bond theme is cool as a theme song to the film, because they added the Three Blind Mice, I've had to stick it right near the bottom. Number 17, On Her Majesty's Secret Service by the John Barry Orchestra. Now, On Her Majesty's Secret Service didn't have a song. Now, it did have a song, but it didn't have a song. It had Louis Armstrong's All the Time in the World, but that wasn't the song they used at the beginning of the film. They actually used it at the end of the film and also in the middle of the film. But at the beginning of the film, we were left with the music from On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and I must admit it's a fantastic piece of music. I actually do like it, especially as Propellerheads also did a dance remix later on. It wasn't designed as a dance remix because I know I slated Madonna for that, but still it's a good thing. But we were starting to get used to actually having the songs. They were still finding their feet, especially with George Lazenby's debut film, but the song is an epic song, just no lyrics. Number 16, You Only Live Twice by Nancy Sinatra. You Only Live Twice had the best music ever. However, the lyrics did not match up with it. Now, Nancy Sinatra, obviously daughter of the infamous, famous Frank Sinatra, she was more famous for These Boots Are Made From Walking. But it didn't really carry over. That style didn't come over to You Only Live Twice. The best thing that's ever come out of this piece of music was Robbie Williams' Millennium, which had nothing to do with the James Bond franchise, except for he did what I've done and dress up. But other than that, it's not actually that good a song, just good music. Number 15, The Man with the Golden Gun by Lulu. Now, while Man with the Golden Gun actually ranks near the bottom on any James Bond movie list, the song is a different matter. Lulu has delivered her signature disco style with The Man with the Golden Gun. Her raspy voice emphasises the song. It's a brilliant song. Doesn't have much going after it, but for the actual film itself, it hits the nail on the head. Number 14, Thunderball by Tom Jones. So, in the 60s, James Bond was played by a Scotsman, while its theme tunes were supposed to be sung by the Welsh. Obviously, we had Goldfinger, sung by Shirley, Bassey, the film before, and in this film, in Thunderball, we actually had Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, originally sung by Shirley Bassey, but due to issues she couldn't actually record it, so it was sung by Diane Warwick. And then the head of MGM turned around and went, no, the song has to be called Thunderball. So as a last minute thing, they got Tom Jones in. He sang it a little bit higher than he normally would and actually came up with Thunderball. And he actually pulled it off quite well. It has that signature deep booming voice that Tom Jones is famous for. Now, Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was originally going to be at the end of the film, but due to legal issues between Shirley Bassey and the makers of this film, it never actually happened. But Tom Jones, with everything else going on, did a good job with Thunderball. Number 13, For Your Eyes Only by Sheena Easton. So this song was written by Bill Conti. Yes, the bloke behind the Rocky theme tune. Yeah! Anyway, and he pulls it off. I mean, that guy is awesome at his job. This song is so absolutely beautiful. And also, the person he got was fantastic. Sheena Easton pulled it out of the park. It is a beautiful song. And she is the only person, even to this day, the only person to actually sing her song during the opening credits of the film. That deserves a medal in itself. It's a nice song, and obviously Bill Conti is always a win. Ding! I'm going to get copyrighted from CinemaSins now, aren't I? Number 12, Writings on the Wall from Spectre by Sam Smith. So for Spectre, Sam Smith delivered the amazing Writings on the Wall. The problem is, it's not a James Bond song. It's a good song. He sings it a little bit higher than he normally does, but it's not a James Bond song though. It's a typical Sam Smith song. His follow-up is more of a James Bond thing than this one is. But still, it's better than some others on this list, really. Number 11, No Time to Die by Billie Eilish. I like Billie Eilish. She does these songs that are a little bit wrong and a little bit off. However, with No Time to Die, she does a normal song, and that's it. It's just normal for some reason. It doesn't have that Billie Eilish style. While it does fit in with a James Bond song, which is why I've ranked it a little bit higher than Writings on the Wall, and also it's named after the film, I wish Billie Eilish had gone with a Billie Eilish song and tried to get the middle of both of them. But still, it's an okay song, really. Number 10, Nobody Knows It Better from The Spy Who Loved Me by Carly Simon. You know you have done a brilliant job for a James Bond song when they use that song to advertise B&Q. Now, apparently it also did get used to advertise a company in the US. I don't know who it was for because I can't remember. But you know you've done it well, and it was an amazing song, so much so this transcended a James Bond theme song. It could be used so much more, and it was brilliantly done. You can't fault this song, it is fantastic. It would be higher, but there are better songs, but in regards to a James Bond theme song, you cannot get much better when it's being used by something completely different. Number 9, Another Way to Die from Quantum of Solace by Jack White and Alicia Keys. Now, while the film is not actually a very good film, the song was brilliant. written by Jack White, and he didn't try and do it alone. He actually got Alicia Keys in, and it has both their signature styles. We have a stereotypical James Bond theme song. It hits all the right marks, and the intro is fantastic. I can't really fault this song, except for the film it was in, and it wasn't named after the film. Even though they did try and put the word quantum in the song wasn't called Quantum of Solace, which is the only reason why I've knocked it that little bit further down. Number 8, Skyfall by Adele. Adele has made herself the modern day Shirley Bassey with that absolutely powerful Skyfall song. It was fantastic, and luckily the film was good as well. It should have been the first one to get number 1, but it only got to number 2. It was also the first one to win an Academy Award for Best Original Song, and she deserves it. She was perfect. I hope they get her back to do another one. She is the 21st century's Shirley Bassey, really, and the song was amazing. Number 7, Live and Let Die by Paul McCartney and the Wings. So when you've got a brand new James Bond, what do you do with a theme song? Well, you get a former Beatle to do it. And oh my god, this is probably Paul McCartney's best song he's ever done on his own, not including the stuff he's done with the Beatles. And with that rock song, Live and Let Die, it was fantastic. I mean, I know Guns N' Roses have done a cover version, there's quite a few cover versions of this song, but it was a brilliant song. And it also didn't the only flaw with this, it didn't tie in with the film. It's a good James Bond theme, but it didn't tie with the film that much. But it's a fantastic song, you can't fault it. Number 6, A View to a Kill by Duran Duran. So Roger Moore went out with the same way he went in, with a brilliant track. And this time they got Duran Duran, who was still up and coming at that time, and they had A View to a Kill, which probably has the best intro out of every song on this list. It is brilliant. Now, I know the film wasn't as good, especially with an aging Roger Moore still playing James Bond, but the song did not reflect that at all. It was fantastic, and also you can actually listen to it and not actually think of James Bond. Number 5, You Know My Name from Casino Royale by Chris Cornell. A new Bond, a great song. Chris Cornell knocked it out of the park with You Know My Name. Now, as much as the song's got nothing to do with the title of the film, the song actually has a lot to do with the film. That's why I've put it a little bit higher than some of the other ones. You Know My Name is about James Bond trying to find his feet, which is what the film's about as well. And Chris Cornell, rest in peace, he did it absolutely perfectly. It was just brilliant. All these songs at this point onwards are fantastic songs, and yeah, but the rock shouting, I love this song. Number 4, Goldeneye by Tina Turner. See, this is what I mean. A new Bond for a new era with a cracking theme song. I mean, this song could not help be cracking. It was written by Bono and The Edge from U2. Where were the other members of U2? Well, they were doing the theme song to Mission Impossible. And we got Goldeneye from the other two. Sung masterfully by Tina Turner. This song actually rejuvenated her career. And oh my god, she was fantastic. It's a brilliant song. And once again, you can actually listen to these songs without thinking of James Bond. That's how good these are. Number 3, License to Kill by Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight should have been the 80s version of Shirley Bassey. This song was just pure power, especially coming from someone who didn't really want to do this because James Bond is against her religious beliefs. And I'm glad she did, because she did deliver an absolute powerful, I know I keep repeating that, but it's that powerful. And the best thing is, it ticks all the boxes. It's a brilliant James Bond thing. It matches her powerful voice, it matches the film, and it matches the title. It does everything. It's just, there's no buts to this. Number 2, Goldfinger by Shirley Bassey. Now, a lot of people are going to say, but Goldfinger should be number 1, and in some aspects, you're right. It's very minute between these two songs that I've got a number 2 and number 1. I mean, Goldfinger is what started it all. It started the powerful James Bond themes, the brilliant James Bond theme, sung passionately by Shirley Bassey. And she was perfect. She was the only person that could have sung this song as well. Half the James Bond franchise is because of its theme songs, and it's all thanks to Shirley Bassey's performance of this song. Why have I put this at number 2? For one simple reason, which I'll explain in number 1. Number 1, Diamonds Are Forever by Shirley Bassey. So as I was just saying, there's literally no difference between Goldfinger and Diamonds Are Forever. They are so much powerful. You can feel literally the rush of air coming from Shirley Bassey's lungs as she powers this out. It's brilliant. The only reason why I've ranked it that slightly higher over Goldfinger is because Diamonds Are Forever can be used outside of James Bond, whereas Goldfinger is James Bond only, that's it. And that is the only reason why I've ranked it that little bit higher. But it's still a brilliant song, it's fantastic, and yeah, I can't say anything else. That's my list. What did you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Most people do, but if you do, tell me why in the comments below. And also in the comments below, can you just tell me how well I scrub up? I mean, I think I look good, but what do you think? Should I do more of this? But still, what do you think? And also, are you excited to see No Time to Die when it comes out? If you want to keep in touch with me, there's various social networking sites up here if you want to keep in touch. And also, subscribe to the channel, keep up to date. I upload videos every Sunday, 6 PM UK time. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Bye bye.